What's up, airsofters? My name is Brad with BBs for Breakfast, here to show you my personal setup for my KWA LM4. If you're not familiar with the Lm4 platform, the Lm4 is a gas blowback rifle manufactured by KWA. The Lm4 currently comes in 4 different variants. The Lm4 PTR, which is the standard 14.5 inch barrel, the Lm4C, which is the smaller 10.5 inch length barrel, the Lm4 Mega Arms MKM, and the discontinued Lm4 Magpul Edition, which is this one right here. The Lm4 Magpul Edition features a complete Magpul PTS metal body, a PTS CTR stock, comes with the Magpul PTS handguard, which I have replaced on my gun with a rail system, and also the Magpul MOE pistol grip. I bought my Lm4 about 2 years ago for $500 as an upgrade from my KWA MP7. I've always been a huge fan of gas blowbacks, and I just wasn't big on the MP7, so I decided to go with the Lm4 instead, which was a fairly new product at the time, and I haven't regretted it one bit. So I'm going to go ahead and go over what I use on my Lm4 and kind of show it off a little bit. So starting off with the back of the gun, the stock is still the default Magpul PTS stock that came with the gun. It didn't come in tan, the entire gun was black, and I decided to paint it and go with more of a two-tone tan and black look. Moving up, I have the Magpul PTS MOE grip that also came standard with the Magpul Edition LM4. That is also painted two-tone tan and black. On top of the rail, I have a Magpul PTS M-Bus rear sight, which I forgot to mention is also included standard with the Magpul Edition. In front of that, I have a G&G replica quick detach T1 sight. In front of that, I replaced the Magpul handguard with a Magpul 12-inch PWS Keymont rail, which is extremely light, and it makes the gun actually pretty back heavy without all the attachments here that I have up front. On the right side of the rail system, I have a QD sling mount for my Magpul MS3 sling. And just in front of the T1 sight, I have a VFC replica PEQ-15 with a functional light and red laser. Because the light on the PEQ box isn't very bright, I have a Night Evolution replica of the Enforce weapon mounted light. It's a pretty nice repro light. If I remember correctly, it puts out around 160 lumens, and this is only a $60 light. Don't quote me on the 160 lumens, I'm not 100% sure. I love this light. It's probably one of the best lights I've had so far. And it also has the strobe function that you can activate simply by flipping the lever to the other side. And it's got a latch here that you can flip up to make sure you don't accidentally activate it. And it's also quick detach, so it's easy to move and put on different guns, which is great for me because I also run this light on my VFC SCAR. I always like to keep the light up here on top because many of the buildings at my local field are quite dark and I play night games fairly often. Under the light, I have a GNP quick detach stubby grip that is missing the bottom cap that screws on here. I like to keep the grip further to the front simply because it's just more comfortable for me, and that way it's easy to do the C-clamp, so I have my thumb directly on the light so I can quickly turn it on and off as needed. I used to run an AFG on here, but I found that having a stubby vertical grip to be much more comfortable, and I've completely ditched the AFG for good. And then wrapped around the rail here is some tan paracord to add to the two-tone look of the gun and give it a little character. Lastly, I have a SCAR style flash hider that I can't remember the brand of. I think it's a G&G if I remember correctly. I like the SCAR style flash hiders just because they're much more aggressive looking and they're much better than the standard M4 style flash hider that the LM4 would come with. That's pretty much it for the complete setup of my LM4. The paint job I did was pretty half-assed actually, because I just field stripped the gun and put painter's tape around the areas I wanted to remain black, and then sprayed the rest with about 2 coats of tan Krylon. The paint is wearing off, no surprise there. I wanted to eventually try and get it redone and get the gun Cerakoted or something like that, get something much more durable. The only internal upgrade I've done to my LM4 is a maple leaf bucking and tensioner to increase my accuracy a little. And I also run .30 gram BBs in my LM4, and with that I think my gun is shooting somewhere around 320 FPS. If you want to see any gameplay footage with my LM4, you can actually watch my highlights video from Extreme Combat from back in August of 2014. You can watch that simply by clicking right here, or you can go search for it on our channel. Like I said, I've had my LM4 for about 2 years now, and I've only had one issue with it, and that is the nozzle and the hop-up chamber warping and kind of deforming from extended use. Not much you can do about that, but I had it sent to KWA and got new parts put in, and now it's as good as new. So if you're in the market for a gas blowback rifle, I would highly recommend this. Definitely one of the best GBBRs right out of the box. You really can't go wrong with an LM4. Well, that's pretty much going to do it for my overview / review of my KWA LM4. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoy our content. Comment down below of what you prefer, gas blowbacks, AEGs, or HPA guns, and also subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos just like this one. As always, my name is Brad with BBs for Breakfast. Stay classy, airsofters.